I'm Lee Spencer with the Racing Boys, and I caught up with Travis Geisler. Made some pit crew changes, I understand, going into the final 4 races of the year. Can you tell the listeners a little bit about what you have done here at Team Penske?
Yeah, I mean, we're always constantly evaluating kind of who's got the hot hand at the moment, what groups are going to be the best where, and I think when the 2-car didn't advance to this round, we all had to kind of look at things and just decide, what was there that could potentially help some of the other groups, and made some decisions this week. Last year we had moved a Jackman over from the 12 to the 22, and we decided to do that again to try to help that group along, and that leaves obviously kind of some turmoil there on the 12, and we moved the carrier over from the 12 to the 22 as well. That way those two can kind of keep working together. There's a lot of choreography between those two positions and how they hand off the tires and stuff, so thought that was best. And then at that point you're kind of left with trying to put together a group on the 12 that's the best you can, and unfortunately the guys they have on that team that were left are great guys, but you're not going to have the chemistry instantly, so you take the 2-car as a unit and put them on the 12, and that is about the best combination we could come up with. We feel like we still have great opportunities with all the teams to go in. Everybody's still got good pit crews. There's nobody that did anything specifically to lose their job or anything. It was just trying to do our best to kind of look at the mix of who we have and put the best thing together we can, and that's kind of it.
How devastating was it as an organization to have somebody with Brad Keselowski's talent, and I just don't even, I don't even know how. I mean, I know it shocked us in the press box. I can't even imagine from the inner circle at Team Penske how that hit you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely not what you look forward to going there. I felt like we had a good shot at getting all 3 of our guys through, and unfortunately they just didn't have a good race. And you look at the end of Talladega, they got wrecked running 3rd, and we're just mediocre at Dover. So that's what it takes to knock you out in this deal. It's not that easy to advance, and we didn't execute the way we needed to with that group at that time. So, we started the year off great. We got 3 wins. Probably lacked a little bit of what we wanted at the end of the year. So, it's definitely devastating, but it's pretty exciting when you think about the fact that you still have Joey and Ryan in there, and we feel like we got a great shot with both those guys.
I guess the good news is all 3 drivers are absolutely stellar at this racetrack. Any of them can win. How do you look at setting up your cars for race day here?
Yeah, this is a critical one. I think last year, when Joey won Martinsville, it was like just changed the mindset of everybody in the whole company, because then you're just focused on one race, and that's a unique situation that we don't often get to be in as a company. So we're very serious about running well here. Not that you can, any track you go to, you are, but this one's very unique, and you are right. I mean, our drivers have run really well here. Obviously, Brad led a ton of laps in the spring. Joey won the race before that. Ryan's really been knocking on the door here. I look at this as being a place that he could certainly get it done. So we're excited about the prospect here. I think, we're pretty good at Texas. I think Phoenix, Blaney's been really good there recently. So we've got good tracks coming up for us. Really, if you look at Ryan's probably the dark horse just because he's so many points behind, but the tracks that we're going to are really strong for him. And Joey's been Joey. That group's really strong, and we're going to some places that they definitely run well. So we'll try to do our best to play the weather here. It's getting pretty warm now and sunny. Hopefully we get some sun tomorrow, but we know we're going to end probably under the lights, or at least pretty dark. So you just got to kind of watch your track conditions there and make sure that you're not leading yourself astray here in this practice for what's going to go on tomorrow.
You guys came out of the box just so strong at the start of the season. How do you size up against Joe Gibbs Racing with all 3 drivers at the top of the point standings right now?
Yeah, I mean, those guys have definitely been the class of the field, all season long. They've been the toughest to compete with. They've been kind of everywhere, small tracks, big tracks, wherever you go. They're setting the bar, in my opinion. Obviously we want to be there, and we feel like we should be. I think we have the potential to run with them. I just think we have to do a better job of executing and getting the most out of what we have. But they're definitely they're the ones you gotta go through. There's no question they got a lot of points, and they're all running very well right now. So we'll do our best to to go put the best show on we can. I think last year we probably surprised some people with Joey. You know, I think when he said I was the favorite at Phoenix, I think everybody kind of laughed. And, you know, it's kind of fun sometimes to be coming from the other side of it. You know, it's easier to pick apart who you got to beat sometimes when they're ahead of you. So we'll go figure it out here.
And finally, the growth that you've seen in Blaney this year. It took him a little while to get to the victory lane, but once he did, the 12 cars come on strong.
Yeah, he's had a lot of speed at the end of the year here. You look at a lot of tracks, you know, where he's been, maybe the situation hasn't played out. You know, Kansas, the end result was kind of what it was, but he was kind of in a just go for win scenario, which all we could really do with that car was gain bonus points. So he was probably, you know, racing that race very differently than he would have normally, but had a lot of speed, showed some really good potential. So I'm excited about where Ryan's going. I think his racecraft, his preparation, his homework level is all kind of stepping up at the right time, and I think he's starting to figure out, you know, what it's going to take to be one of the top contenders in this series.
Appreciate your time, Travis. Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you, Lee.